Hey, what's up, guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome to another stream. It's Tuesday, so it's preview day. We're going to be taking a look at this event deck, and it's going to be a commander event, Earth Commander, and it has brand new, kind of newish mechanics since Generation 3 cards have come out. So I'm pretty excited to talk about them. And some of the things I want to make sure that we do, we want to take a look at the cards. I'm definitely going to be reviewing it and also giving my thoughts on its usability. And if possible, if I can pull the cards, I'm going to also try them out. I'm also going to use previous event cards to go through the bounty dungeon. We're going to try and also hit if possible, if we get the event card, we're going to try it against the gold legend boss just to see what it's like, and also probably go up against a guild versus guild opponent just to kind of try them out. Figure if I can get the deck, then we're obviously going to try to play around with it, and that way we get a really good look and feel about the cards. But of course, that requires me to actually get the cards. And so just wanted to say hi to everybody who's joining me on the stream here. I am feeling a little bit better, although I'm still not quite over it, so I'm just being a little careful. Got a little chilly today, so just want to make sure I don't get sick again. And so hello, and seeing some people who are joining that is actually able to join live. So I'm glad that you guys could join me today. All right, so first things first, let's take a look at the cards here. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to check it out. And also, probably have a lot of questions just on what the cards are, like how they actually work and whatnot. So let's go and take a look at the cards themselves. So I'm actually gonna go. I guess probably better to go this way. So we'll start by looking at the cards, and we're going to explain sort of what that means. Candy Spim, no more sexy voice. Yeah, unfortunately, back to my old, back to my normal voice here. So you're gonna have to bear with that for a little bit. All right, so we'll start with the Master Collection card here, and this is going to be a reset type card, and it is a Earth Tech card. So Will It Rock Crusher is the Master Collection card, and its battle skill. It creates up to 9 Earth Power Gem 3. So as a Master Collection card, I think they sort of drop down the overall power. You sort of see that in the previous Water Commander event as well, where it creates Power Gem 3s instead of 4s. So that's sort of a change, that sort of the pattern that you're seeing here. But it can create up to 9. And the way it does this is it'll initially create 4. And it'll create 1 for every 3 stacks of intel. So the first thing you see here is there's stacks of intel you have to create. So we'll talk about how that works. And it can also be reset by either the support card Isabel or the ultra rare card Kaginawa Expert Isabel. So intel resets also at the end of the turn this battle skill is used. So a lot of words, a lot of different ways, a lot of different things happening really. So to sort of explain to you what this really means, basically you can start with 4 Power Gem 3s every time you use this battle skill. And if you use the support card or the ultra rare card, this card will also be reset. That means the cooldown will go from 3 to 0, and then it will also be charged. So you can use it immediately in the same turn. So that means if you create 4 Power Gem 3s and then you use the battle skill of your support card, you can use it again to create another 4 Power Gem 3s. And then if you have another support card, you can reset it one more time to create yet another 4 Power Gem 3s. And if you have multiple stacks of intel, like for every 3 stacks of intel you have, then you're going to create an additional one. So instead of 4, you'll create 5, 6, 7, etc. And then the very last one is going to give you, like the maximum you can get is 9 Power Gem 3s. So this is similar to the old Earth Tech deck, where you could use the battle skill and then the ultra rare card, the Unbowable Warrior, would then reset one of the heroes, and then you can use it again for a nuke attack. So it's very similar in that regard. The difference here is you're also creating this thing called intel. So instead of intensity, like in the Generation 2 times, you're going to be generating this intel so that you can create more. And the maximum, basically, if you think about it, the maximum is going to be 15 stacks. So you can create 15 stacks total for the maximum number of power gems you can create. So does that mean you have to hit it for 15 turns? Not really. I'm going to explain a little bit after I I go over these cards. So Kaginawa Expert is the ultra rare card, and this is the card that does the reset. So it resets and it'll charge 2 heroes at the same time. So instead of 1, it will actually recharge 2. And what it does is it'll also dispel all the debuffs on your team. So like if you have Gem Silence, or if you have Toxin or Power Gem Silence or anything like that, it will dispel the debuffs. Now, the thing is, we know that when you have a skill that does a cleanse, its own battle skill will not work if it has any skills that gets blocked by something. So in this case, it has a passive that creates 2 Power Gem 2s. So the question I have here is, if you get hit by a Power Gem Silence or Gem Silence, whether or not that will actually cause this card to not work. In other words, if Kaginawa has Power Gem Silence cast on it, my guess is that its battle skill will not work, and so you can't reset the card, and you also can't dispel. So that is my current thinking. I'm not sure if that's really the case, but I'm waiting to see if that is going to be, to happen that way. So I don't know what the battle skill, what the debuffs are for this event. We can see that it's going to be at least blind, and so we'll see if they have Gem Silence or Power Gem Silence. But it does have a passive, so every time you attack, you're going to create 2 Power Gem 2. So having multiple copies of the Ultra Rare card is going to be good in this case, because you can get, a Power Gems every time you attack. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the 6-star support card here, so that we can see the stats here. So this is Isabel. This is a support card. This is the other one that can do this sort of the reset, but it only resets 1. So this card will not reset and charge more than 1 hero, no matter how many battle skills you have. But it can reset in either the main card, which is Grigor, or Willa, the Master Collection card, or Quick and Dirty, the Ultimate Form. And it has a 3-turn cooldown, so all of this entire deck has a 3-turn cooldown. So basically you can use it, and then after 2 turns you can use it again. So it's still relatively quick. And it creates 4 Earth Gems every time you attack. So this actually isn't a bad support card by itself either, in that if you have multiple copies of the support card, you're basically generating gems every single turn, so you can always use it. So you can pair this with other cards that can create power gems, for example, and you can deal a little bit of damage. Now, the thing so far, if you may have noticed, is that this deck so far does not have any heal. And we'll take a look at the event card, which is Grigor. And this card is the same as the Master Collection card in that it will be a Power Gem spawner. And this can create up to 8. So it will start with 5 Power Gem 1s. No, it starts with 3 Power Gem 1s, and then it will create 1 for every 3 stacks. So again, 15 stacks gives you up to 8 Power Gems. So now, how does this work? So like, how do you get 15 stacks of intel? Do you have to hit it 15 times? You don't, because the way that the passive is described, it says every time this hero attacks, increases intel by 1. So that means if you have multiple copies of the event card or the Master Collection card, so for every copy of the card that you have in your deck, it will increase it by 1. So let's say you have 3 event cards in your deck. When you attack, those 3 cards will each increase the intel by 1. So that means you're going to increase it by 3. So you know that you get an additional stack of intel. You get an additional power gem for every 3 stacks. So that means having 3 of either main cards, Master Collection card, or the Ultimate Form is going to be ideal, in that every time you attack, that gives you 1 additional power gem per hero that you have. So that's basically an additional 3 power gems you can create on the board. And so that's what it means. So it's not that you have to attack 15 times. With 3 heroes on the board, you just have to attack 5 times. So that's how it actually works. And so, Brian, you're correct. I haven't actually, you can't see it, but I've already seen screenshots where you do get a heal from the ultimate relic. So if you get the ultimate relic, it does provide a heal. I think it was something like 20% every time you attack, or something like that. I can't quite remember. But that is the skill that you get for the relic, and so that basically is more of a kind of incentive to try and get the ultimate relic. But if you don't get it, you could still use other cards, or Earth Commander cards, to provide some heal. And what my plan is for Thursday's stream, so I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about what I'm going to do. Remember last week one of the things I was kind of talking about was like not really sure how I wanted to move forward with the Thursday streams. And I still want to provide sort of, the help and the deck ideas to people. And so I think what I'm going to do is on Tuesdays and off days, I'm going to try and talk about the event deck as much as possible. So I can explain how you use it, how to activate the cards, the right sequence, etc., including the Ultimate Form, Master Collection card, all that jazz. Thursdays, I'm going to use nothing but the support card and maybe the event card. So no Master card, no Master Collection cards, no Ultimate Form, just really basic decks, and I'm going to use any card I have in my collection, and I'm going to be as creative as I can to try to take down the bosses. So during that stream, it's going to be just very basic deck, but I'm going to try to use as many different options as I can to try and take down the bosses. I think it is probably going to be geared more toward people who are having a hard time getting the really good cards. And I feel that by having other videos that complement the whole event deck itself, I think everybody should get some help that they need. So that's how I feel about that, so that I could help out a little bit. So let me know what you think. I'm going to continue it here. So I think what I want to do is I want to try to go up to tier 4 this time and see if I can get the cards. I do have all of the collection cards here. I just need and I can't craft it, unfortunately, because I used it in the previous event. And so we will see. We will see. Oh, I think you can see the ultimate relic here, right? So you can actually view. Okay, so you can actually see the ultimate relic, and here it is. So you do get the heal at not ultimate relic star 1. It looks like it's actually higher stars is when you can get it. So let's see. So heal is for, not here. So heal is for, I think, 2-star. That's what that's why I saw a screenshot. So unfortunately, no heal at all if you just get the basic ultimate relic, and so that is something to keep in mind there. All right, let's go and open some packs. And do I think the Earth Bio Blitzer deck is going to be useful for this event? Depends on the killer skill, but yes, it always should be. It should always be a very useful skill. So okay, so I got a relic, irradiated bat. I'm not sure if that is the rare one or the regular one, but that was pretty cool. And I think you get some gift too. I needed to talk about the items you get. You get some gift, and you get a dark. So you get a gift for Wardens, and I think at tier 4 you also get a gift. I think it's a core. So these are some pretty important gifts that you can get. So there's 1,000 dust. So I got a that's good. I got a relic there. So that was a rare one. Okay, awesome. So fingers crossed. Let's go to tier 4 and see what we can hopefully pull here. So tier 2. Let's see here. So we got some keys there, more keys, and then Robin Hood, and this is Isabel, the support card, so that is what we expected, and that's the gift there. Okay, so I thought that you're supposed to be able to get an additional pull, right? VIPs get an extra one, or have they stopped that? So that's 4 cards right there. I thought you get an extra one. So this one has 3 cards. Oh, I guess those. So at tier 2, you get. How many cards did you get? 2 pulls. Okay, so I got 3 there. All right, so let's go to tier 3, and let's hope for something good. Tier 3, tier 4. That's what I'm gonna go up to this time. I do enjoy this this mechanic. I think it's going to be a good card, and so we get another support card there, and that's the that's the event relic that's guaranteed at tier 3. So hook line. Okay, so I can at least get a ultimate relic. So that's good. And now we're gonna go to tier 4. Let's see what we. And so the question is, do I think it's gonna be worth it to chase after the full event deck? And my thinking is always that it's it really has to be something that you're comfortable with, and so personally I feel that this is a interesting deck, and if you have it, I think you'll have a really fun time with the event itself. And so it looks like no Master Collection card or the ultra rare. I don't even get the event card. Did I get the event card? I think I did. So I can at least use the event card to sort of show how that works, right? So yeah, I got Grigor. So at least I can reset it a couple times. And so if you have multiple copies of support card and you get the event card, you can at least use that. So we can at least try that there. So it's too bad that I didn't get it. So I think I originally thought that I might be willing to go up to tier 6, but that's probably all I'm going to be willing to go up to. So like if I don't have it, then I'm probably not going to get it. As the deck itself, so again, like there's no heal until you can get to, so let's go ahead and form the relic first so we can see it once you evolve it. Where did I get that again? So go to, where did I see it from? I think I go in here. Going to the pack and then go to the collection and then go to the ultimate relic. So let's go ahead and create this ultimate relic first. Yay, awesome. That was at least a good pull there, so I can't really complain too much. But now we can take a look at the two star. So at 2 stars, you get the ultimate drain where whenever you attack, you will heal for 20% of that hero's recovery. So if you have 5 commander heroes, then every hero will heal for 20% of that recovery. So if you have a card that has really strong recovery, then you could actually heal for a lot. So at 2 stars is when you get that ability. And so let's see. Yeah, if I get the ultimate form, then I'll automatically get the shiny because I have all the other collection cards there. And so let's see. So if you don't have any Earth Commander deck yet, should you go for this one? You have enough dust to craft all the heroes for Shiny Collection. So if this is your first ever Commander deck, I don't think that it's a bad idea to try and go for one. And I think that this, given the sort of the ability, and I think the sort of, you have to look at what it does, right? So the deck itself has, power gem creation ability. So if you think about it, if you have, I think the optimal makeup is going to be ultimate form, master collection card, so 2 of them, plus 2 ultra rares. That's the ideal, I think, because you want to have a couple of resets. The other option, because this is very similar to the original Earth deck, the other one would be ultimate form, 3 master collection cards, 1 ultra rare. But I think that one might actually be comparable to ultimate form, 2 master collection cards, 1 ultra rare, and 1 support. Like I think I would rather have two resets within the same turn than just a single one. And so so if you think about it, with a master collection card, ultimate form, and a master collection card, 3 of those in the deck, you are going to probably likely wait for a couple of turns before you attack. So you're always going to have more than the base number of relics. And so with the reset, you're always going to be filling out the board with power gems. So if you think about it, with 3 of them, even if it's 5, so you get 5 power gems per hero, that's 15. That's 15 power gems on the first use. And then if you reset once, that's another 15 right there. So you've already almost filled the board with 1 reset. And then including the relics, you've got, basically a full board of power gem 3s and 4s mix. And then if you have another reset in there, then you're going to convert all of them to power gem 4. So to me, you're basically guaranteed a full board of power gem 4s every 3 turns if you have that set up. And to me, that is quite powerful. And if you have a mix of event cards plus master collection card, then you're going to have sort of a similar experience. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out some of these heroes I don't need, and then we're going to we're gonna try it out. So is there a point at pulling tier 7? So at that point, it really becomes more of a risk. So at higher tiers, to me, it's always risky. Okay, so it's always risky once you get past tier 6, like from tier 7 onwards. I've heard a lot of stories of people that just don't, that don't actually pull any ultra rare from multiple tiers at tier 7, and so it's going to be up to you there. And so To me, like for me, what I'm gonna do is at this point I'm just gonna try the 1,000 gem to see if I can get lucky there, because there's no more guarantee at that point. All right, so let's go ahead and upgrade these. Let's see what I need to evolve. So we have warp drive. I can actually get a couple of these, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and evolve this. We're gonna put it into team. We're gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna kind of show you how this works right now. Unfortunately, I don't have the full the ideal, the most powerful team, but with at least a single event card, I think we could still sort of show how this would work. So let's do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the tier, and then let's go ahead and get the essence here, and then let's go ahead and, not sure if you could hear that in the background there, but let's go ahead and let's go ahead and level to 6. Let's go ahead and level to 6 there, and let's get our support cards as well. I think I got two of them. I think ideally I want to try have three on the board, so I can sort of show you what it's like to have multiple resets. Like if you have just a single card, and I do have. Let's go and get this one. I thought I evolved 6. I thought I had more than 2, but I'll get one more during the event start, so that'll be at least 3 that I'll have. All right, so let's try this now. Let's see. So the problem is I don't really have a hero a boss that's big enough for me to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and summon a. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna go ahead and summon Sentry Storm, I guess. And the lag is pretty. Let's go ahead and summon Sentry Storm. Did my daughter? Did she come in here? So let's see. Let's go ahead and build a team first. And let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and put the support cards in, and then we'll put him in there. And if I were to put in any of the other cards, let's go ahead and put in Commander. Let's put in I'm going to put in a healer. So I'm going to do this, right? Just for now. And this is a tech card. So you can actually use the tech relic as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Actually, I'm going to use hook line right here. Yeah, so that's perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out. So we're gonna try out the team just to see. Chroma sucks. So I've got the rare relic, but I don't have the ultra rare or the Master Collection card. But at least I can sort of show how this works. So my relic inventory is full, so I'm gonna have to clear that a little bit. Let's go ahead and clear. How many do I need? I need to clear 7 relics. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade a bunch. See, like we got relic inventory increase already, but this is sort of the issue that I still run into. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear this. I think this is because I clear the gear dungeon as well, so I get a lot of additional relics. So let's go ahead and clear these ones here. And there you go. Let's see, make sure. Yeah, so the Reaper, this is going to be a little bit difficult to understand. So this is going to be my best attempt at showing sort of how it all works out and sort of show you how the mechanic is. So let's go ahead and start. And so remember, we just have a single main card in this time. And so every time this card attacks, it's going to create one single intel. If I have 3 main cards, it would have see the stack here. This is intel. So so you see it just has 1 because it just has the single one every time every time I attack. So it's now going up by 2. And so I'm going to use, the grail here to sort of help me survive a little bit. So like I mentioned, there's a lot of like healing possibilities. So this is one possible way to do it. So like, right now we're at 3. And so what you can see here is I'm going to go ahead and use this. So you can see that it creates, it created basically the 3, or I think it's created 4, but then it should have created 1 additional one. And I'm going to go ahead and reset. And because there's only a single card here, it will always be guaranteed to reset that. Okay, so the wording here is that it will reset either the event card, master collection card, or the ultra rare card. And since I only have one of them, it's guaranteed to always reset, right? And once you use that ability, like once you use the reset, it also resets the intel stack down to 3. So what we're gonna do right now is we're actually gonna keep attacking here until we get to the maximum intel, which is 15. So we do need to get it to 15, and having this actually kind of works out well. So there's a couple of nice things about the support card. So remember, every time you attack, you are generating gems. So what this means is every single turn, you're gonna be able to actually create the gems necessary for you to keep up the attack. And in this situation where I need to attack constantly to bring down the armor, it actually is kind of nice this way. So we're up to 6, and so 15 turns is quite a bit to actually go about it. But I'm gonna go to at least 9, right? So if we go to 9, then you should see a significant difference in sort of the power gem creation by the single. Actually, you know what? I think we have time here. So instead of 9, let's go. I kind of feel like I just want to go all the way, if you guys don't mind. It is going to be a little bit more turns, but I think that it's best to just kind of see the maximum potential for this particular deck. And also, like the grail here is helping me survive. So the heal factor, if you wanted to heal better, I would actually recommend putting in 1 Earth Scepter. So if you put in Earth Scepter, that's where you're actually going to have the best chance for heals. So we're at 10 right now, just 4 more attacks, and we're going to be at maximum. And so unlike Grail, you don't have to wait for it to time out, right? You can use it anytime you want. But I think that it just kind of, in terms of thinking about what you want to do, it's going to be multiples of 3. That's really when you that's like, you don't want to waste it by activating it when it's at 13, or you don't want to really activate when it's at 11. You want to activate when it's at 9 or 12 or 15. That's where you're going to get the maximum number of power gems. So we just need 1 more attack, and if I timed this correctly, I could actually use the grail, but I don't want to do it just now because I don't want it to sort of like overshadow what the main card can do. So now we got a single event card. I'm gonna go ahead and activate. You can see that it creates 8. But what I can do is I can reset, I can create another 8, and I can reset it 1 more time, and I can create 8 more. Now imagine having another support card on top of this to be able to do this. You can get basically an entire board full of power gem 1s. This is with the single main card. And so this is basically 4 support cards and an event card. I mean, it's not going to deal a huge ton of damage here against this because it has no bonus or anything like that. But I think this kind of shows you how this works out. Now, ideally, you really want to have more than 1 event card if you can, so that you can help sort of building up the I'm going to let it time out here. So you really want the help for it to build up intel. Right, so you saw here with a single one, I needed to basically go up to 15, and if you use the skill, it resets it. So you have to sort of think about when to use it. So basically, you never reset until you've used either the event card or the master collection card. And if you have a single one, I don't know if going up to 15 is necessary. I think if you can survive, then maybe, because then you can get it for overkill, right? But otherwise, I think going for 9 might be a good compromise. And obviously, if you have the full team, right? If you already have the full team, then you should go with at least the ultimate form, the master collection card, and then put in the event card if you don't have a second master collection card. So you have those 3 cards. That way, you're guaranteed to have 3 additional power gems every single turn you attack to maximize your damage potential. So that's how I see this. Heal is going to be an issue. Now, if you don't have this card, there is also Kokopelli. So Kokopelli is another card that is good for heal. I'm gonna show you that card right there. So this card is a good card as well. What it does is it's a seer card and it has really high recovery. You can see that at level 51, this card has a almost 1500 heal. And so remember the ultimate relic at tier at 2 star, it can actually give you, this card can actually give it a really good heal as well. But it also heals for 5,000 hero recovery when you need it. It has a very long cooldown at 6, so not a card that I generally would use. Some of the Generation 2 cards that are better are going to be your Testera, or if you wanted to use another one would be, I don't think Senate heals, right? I think only Guru Pachysep heals. Yeah, this one increases attack bonus, but Guru Pachysep, I'm not sure if I kept them. Yeah, Guru Pachysep is another card that can heal as well. It's a Earth commander card, so that you can use that to basically provide that heal that you're looking for. It makes it a little bit weaker, but if you don't have the full team anyway, it is a good option, and it also creates power gems to help with sort of filling up the board. And so with a 3-turn cooldown, what you can do is with this type of deck, what you can do is just activate every 3 turns so you can get some quick attacks in. And so that is how you would play, sort of, I think, the boss here. Now for Guild versus Guild, if you had the full team, I actually saw how this works out. This is where I think having the full team, Ultimate Form, Master Collection card plus two Master Collection cards plus 2 ultra rares, that gets you basically a full team. And with the reset, you're guaranteed to take out 5 ascended water bosses. So I've seen it in action. Can't show it to you obviously, but you've sort of seen how this works out. Now, if there's anybody that has any other questions about the mechanic here, please let me know. Hopefully, I've explained it well, but I will have definitely another video to talk about that as well. And so, oh, I see. I had that relic there, but I think that's all the Earth Commander relics I have. I don't think I have the 5th one. Let's see. So yeah, so that's the deck right there. I think that, the reset mechanic in Generation 3 kind of makes it a huge deal, right? In Generation 2, the only time we've seen it was with the Babylonica deck. And let's go show it. I'll show you. So Generation 2. So the Babylonica deck was the other one that I use. I still use this all the time. And what this does is, similar thing where when you do a battle skill, it will also create a power gem, but it creates far less than what this deck can do. And this deck really was used for its nuke ability, but because of Generation 3's sort of format change, we don't have that unlimited intensity anymore, so you're not going to get the unlimited potential for nuke damage. Instead, you have the chance to basically fill the board with power gem force. You get the killer skill bonus attached to it, and you get the 10 times affinity bonus attached to that. So you're basically getting some really raw power plus the stats, right? Every single event we see, the cards are getting stronger. And so you're basically going to be able to take out the bosses pretty easily, I think. And I think this is the right type of deck for you to get that overkill. So imagine, if you got the cards to create the power gems, and it's always the feeling that, oh, I wish I had one more card that give me more power gems. Well, the reset mechanic will give you that ability to do that. And so can you explain how to use self attack? So let's see. So Shismar Johnson, you wanted to ask about how to use self attack. I'm not sure what you mean by self attack. If you could explain, if you could just describe what you mean by that, I can hopefully answer it a little bit. So yeah, for those of you who just joined the stream, I actually did a sort of an overview of the mechanic, and I kind of showcased it a little through a demo by going through the gold legend boss there. Basically, I kind of explained what the intel does, how you actually add to it, and how the activation order will be like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have another video on how that actually works, and then I can show that to you as well. So the Babylon kind of ancient Belora the Ancient Green card. Oh, self attack. I see. So let's see. So Belora the Beholder is one of the collection cards you can have here, and I don't know if it has self attack here. So what this does is it destroy. So this one is actually kind of nice. Like, it's a Earth Gem Destroyer that can destroy multiple times depending on your health. Here, it was a pretty good card at this time. But I think if you're talking about use self attack, there are cards that increase its own attack bonus, like damage boost. So basically, like whatever attack amount it has, there are some battle skills that will like double it, for example, so then you can attack it for twice as much, and then that gets also boosted by any additional gem boosts. So that's what self attack, I think, is what you're referring to. But otherwise, it's not the same as the defender skill, where it's counter attack, where like when you attack it, it attacks you back. Like that's the only thing I can think of. But because you're saying self attack, I think that is what you're referring to there. So let's see. If you couldn't forge the ultra rare, but you could the Master Collection card, would I? That's a good question. I think that it depends, because if you craft just the Master Collection card, that means you're going to be out of balance in terms of your dust, right? So if you have a dust imbalance, then the next event you're going to be in a situation where you could craft the ultra rare but not the Master Collection card. So it's always going to be that question of should you. In my opinion, the Master Collection card paired with a few support cards, you need to heal as well. So let's say 3 support cards, 1 Master Collection card will probably give you, let's see, it starts with how many? Does it start with 5 Power Gem 3s? So let's say with 5 Power Gem 3s and 3 support cards. So if you have a single one here, it can create 4. So it creates 4 Power Gem 3s. And you're probably going to have to want to wait until turn 3 to do it. So that gets you at least 1 additional Power Gem 3. So it's 5 Power Gem 3s, and you can reset it 3 times. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can get 20 Power Gem 3s on turn 3. And then you can do that again in 3 turns. So it's going to be a nice damage boost. But I feel like you can get something. I mean, like you can probably save the dust if you get the event card. Is my honest opinion, because what I'm worried about is that this might not end up dealing the kind of damage you're looking for. If you just get the single one, survivability might be an issue, or whatever else the case may be. So my initial thinking is like, if you have a dust issue, maybe you don't have to, but if you really like this deck and you wanted to play with it, you want to try out, and you feel like this is going to help you with your event, then by all means you should do that, right? So again, it's up to your preference. I personally like to save my dust for when I can get both an ultra rare and a Master Collection card, or if I just need to craft one in order to get the ultimate form. I think that is the only time I would craft it. But just to craft a single Master Collection card or a single ultra rare with no chance of getting any other ones, I think that I tend to shy away from that strategy. So you're opening packs, but you think you're gonna go a few tiers now. So good luck to you, Jonathan. Hopefully you have good luck there. And so let's see. Anyone knows any secret of getting dust? You spend all your dust and dust in your cards. Yeah. So I think you're talking about pink dust there. My suggestion: go through the what's it called again? The Spire. Go through the Spire, collect the heroes, and just dust them. A lot of times you get wardens or you get event cards, and those cards are worth at least 25 dust at 4 stars. What I do normally is I usually try to get it to level sort of 5 stars if I have the catalyst, and then I can dust it for 100. And over time, it actually does build up quite a bit. And so you can't make both. You already have an OK commander deck, so you're just gonna go 1 tier since it's basically free. You'll wait for the lights there because you can make both of those cards. Yeah, so different people play differently. I think that if I had the dust, I definitely would have gone to ultra rare, like at the ultimate form. Like I definitely would have used my dust for this. And so I am likely to go for 2 more tiers after this. And so I will, if I do get the full event deck, I will make another video to showcase how that all works out. But for now, I've got 1 event card and 2 support cards, and I'll have at least 1 more by the time event starts. And so I'll have a way to show you guys how that all works out. And so that is, I think that's probably everything I wanted to cover. I wanted to do guild versus guild. Oh, I wanted to do a I remember now. I wanted to do at least a couple of bounty dungeons, because I wanted to sort of show you guys, how to, like just how insane the event deck from the previous event was, right? So during the event, they were 15 times bonus. And now after the event, your ultra rare is at 6, and then the ultimate form is at 6, and then your master collection card and the ultra rare is all at 5. This really adds up, right? So right now we're at it's just unfortunate that if you don't buy keys, then you're always going to be just shy of the ascended bounty dungeon floors before the event ends. And so that's really where the most of the trophies come from, though. So I'm gonna show you just how much, like how much you can get in terms of trophies when you have a full team here. Like if I had another ultra rare there, that would have been the maximum I could get. So instead of 4, it would have been 5 here. So this is right here, at least 30, it's 32, 31. It's 31 multiplier right there. And did I get it right? Yeah, 31 there. And the trophy count for the second last level there is 14 million. And I think the best that we could do was 9 million at 4-5. And so you can really see the huge difference in terms of the trophy count. And if you got any keys at all before to get to this level, that's really where you're gonna get a lot more trophies, so you can use that to get the later tiers of the the rewards. And so I do hope that they come up with this again in the future. So like I think this is a really great way to sort of make the commander events a little bit more interesting. And I think based on what I saw and what I'm hearing through the grapevines, we might see some interesting changes in commander. I hope it's going to be interesting and not make it too difficult or anything like that. I just kind of think that if it's something fun and interesting, I'm looking forward to it, so we can use event cards as well. And so at the very last level, you're expected to get basically 19 million trophies every level with this event team. So that's just absolutely insane, because that will allow you to get these later rewards that much easier. Like I can at least get another crown shard, which is going to be pretty nice. And so that's what I wanted to show there. So like, an event team with a bounty bonus actually is the way to go for these bounty dungeons. So if you don't have the full team, that's okay. Still make sure you use any of those ultra rares or master collection cards, because it gives you a little bit additional bounty bonus. And so we tried a legend trial. I'm not going to be able to do the guild versus guild, unfortunately, because I don't have the team to really show it to you, but we will have a session on guild versus guild in the near future. And so that's all for this deck here, for this event. So I like it. I personally like this mechanic. I think it's very different and very interesting, and I think that it's going to be a pretty powerful event if you have at least one master collection card, right? If you manage to pull one, you're gonna see. I think it's still gonna be pretty good. But again, to answer the question of should you just go ahead and use dust to create a single one, that is going to be your preference. I think that you'll do well in the event, but then it is going to leave you with a dust imbalance for the next event, and so that's something to consider. Okay, and so let's see. So Reaper, you got the master collection card, 2 event cards, and 2 support, and you have no idea how to use them. Yeah, so if you get the dust later, give it a try. But I think for now, the best way is, since you have those, put the entire team in there. Every 3 turns, activate your master collection card and event cards first, then activate your 2 support cards and just see the boss go boom. And if you want more support, basically more power gems, just wait a few more turns and you should be good to go. All right, so that's all from me today. Thank you everybody for joining. Now, before I sign off, don't forget, On Thursday, I'm going to use the same form here. So fill up this form if you want to get a t-shirt. So I'm going to give another t-shirt on Thursday's stream. And all you have to do is fill out this form. Now, if you've already filled it out, don't worry about it. That your information is already in there. So if you have not yet filled it out, go ahead and fill out the form. We're going to do another random drawing on Thursday, and this time we're going to give out a shirt. So there's a red one. This is the one I'm wearing right now, and also there is a gray one also. So fill out the form, and on Thursday when I do I'm not sure what I'm going to call it just yet, but on that stream we will do a drawing and be present in order to win. So Jim Paulson, the form is in the link that I just sent. So then basically use the form, fill out some information there, and then we will do the drawing right there. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining, and that is it for me this time for the for the stream. We're gonna come back on Thursday. We're gonna do some deck ideas, some deck building, and I'll have an off stream video if I can to try and help you guys with the deck there. So the armor tank is going to be available in the dust shop, but only at 100 dust. And Daikatana, I do have Discord, although I hardly ever use it. There's just too many different apps for me to keep track of. So mostly I communicate through the network app at this point, and I also talk in line. I do have Discord, but it is something I use very, very rarely. Although if you have any requests for me, feel free to reach out to me, and I can give you some info there. Okay. All right, guys. So that is it for today. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care. Have a good night or good evening, good morning to anybody on the other side of the world. Bye.